My name is Memphis. Memphis is a unisex name. If you don't really look at the picture, you can't tell I'm a babe. So it's mostly when they see me, they're like surprised, like, oh my god, you're a babe. Hectic. And he was like, no, that this Taxify, that Uber is too stressful, I should leave that one. That this Taxify, they are new, so they're looking for drivers. You know, that's when I realized that driving yourself is actually slavery, because why not just have a driver? I guess I was other people's drivers. That was when I realized that I actually hate driving and this is slavery and I can't be doing this. I was making some cool cash, but it was tiring. My G's, welcome back to my channel. What's up? What are you guys saying? You guys, I have a complaint to make. My subscriber count is not going up. Why is that? That is because people are not subscribing. So if this is your first time stopping by my channel, please smack that subscribe button. If this is not your first time and you're not subscribed, you need to be smacked after you smack that subscribe button. So do that right now. If this is not your first time stopping by and you're already subscribed, you're my G. Welcome back to my channel. Now that we've all subscribed, I think we've all subscribed by now. Let's get right into the video.
Wine on my body, baby, wine that. Wine on my body, baby, wine that. Wine on my body, baby, wine that. She tell me say now only me, they make a move, they make a bill right now.
I want to tell you guys what it is like as a female Taxify driver in Nigeria, what made me get into it, what the experience is like, what the pay is like, and yeah. Now, not everybody knows about this, my side hustle. I'm talking about my friends and family, and I have a lot of side hustles. Well, not a lot, but I've had quite a number of side hustles. So if you guys want me to do more stories, do let me know and I'll come through for it. And now I'm so sorry to my friends and family that are finding out on this platform, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Like literally only my ex, my then boyfriend, and like 2 or 3 other of my friends knew about this. What inspired this? I had just started NYC in 2017. So it was like March. I got posted to a government office. You know how government office is now? There's no work, number one. Number two, they were not even paying, and I'm like, how am I going to be surviving? Like, this guy is not paying. I'm like, should I drive for Uber? Because I had a car. And I remembered how I once had a female Taxify driver, and I was so intrigued. This was like in 2016. So first of all, Uber was fairly new then, and then I had a female driver. Like, I was so intrigued. I didn't even ask any stupid questions, because people always ask me stupid questions. I just got in the ride, shut my mouth, and then I went straight to my house. But like, my mind was blown and I loved the idea. I'm in love with unconventional things. Anything that is unconventional, bring it my way. I want to try it. That's me for you. Maybe she was even the one who inspired me. So back to my NYC period. So I was looking for what to do now on my time, and I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm actually going to register for Uber. So I went on their website, did the registration process, and then they sent me a mail about how I'd have to come for, I needed to have 2 tests. So one was a driver test, like me, and then the other one was a car test. I can't remember, it was a long time ago. I had to pick a date or something, and I had like an exam type thing. It was a computer-based exam, so I went there. They're so like official about it and stuff. So you write the exam. Generally, they just ask you questions about like customer service, customer relations, your driving skills, your road knowledge, stuff like that. I can't really remember, but let me give you guys an example. So they basically ask a question like, what would you do if the next driver on the road is moving mad and like you have a rider car? And you guys, this exam or this test wasn't just for formalities. People actually failed this exam, so they couldn't even move on to the second test, which is the car test. And this is where I failed woefully. So they have authorized auto centers where you go to get your cars checked. And for those of you who don't know what that is, basically it's a mechanic, but like a more prim and proper mechanic. Well, all filling stations, they have those mechanics that are there, sure. So you pick the one that's closest to you or the one that is more comfortable for you, and then you go there to get your car checked at your own expense, obviously. And you guys, my car was so terrible. I have been driving that car for 4 months, and I think I had never serviced it. My engine oil was so bad, so like I had to service my car. They check the alignment, check the AC. They're basically checking your car from A to Z to make sure everything is good, and so you can drive on their platform. but this was where I failed. There was something wrong with my tires. I can't remember what it was. It was either I had to get my tires changed or I had to like do something regarding the tires. I swear it seemed so insignificant to me. I'm like, you guys, what are the chances of my tires busting while I'm on a ride, right? This is why you actually have to respect Uber drivers. Like, they don't move mad because they know what they invested in before they were allowed to drive on that platform. That's why Taxify drivers, they move mad. I'll tell you what the screening test was with Taxify. They were like saying something about my tires and whatnot, and I'm like, yo, actually I cannot afford this. I can't even ask my parents for this because I knew they would not be in support. I tried to like use hints to ask them data share, and obviously they were not in support of it. So I just like zeroed it from my mind. So this was like in March. So the whole of my NYC year, I was doing nothing. I was going to work, I was chilling, I was flexing, whatever. Because I liked the service at the, let me just call it mechanic instead of saying auto repair center. I was always going there. Like I always went there to get my car checked, like to service my car, to do everything for my car. And then this fateful day in November 2017, I was just on my own, JJly. I went to go and service my car. I was just there. Then this man now walked up to me. He started forming conversations. What do I do? How long have I been driving? Am I really good at driving? All these questions. I'm like, Oga, where is this conversation heading? He was like, no, that he's just asking that, do I know I can be driving on Taxify? Okay, now Taxify was fairly new in Nigeria then. It was just Uber we had. So Taxify was like a week or 2 weeks old. So I assumed he meant Uber. I had never heard of Taxify. I assumed he meant Uber, and I'm like, I gave him this like how I've actually tried. And he was like, no, that this Taxify, that Uber is too stressful. I should leave that one. That this Taxify, they are new, so they're looking for drivers. And they even pay more than Uber self, because I think Uber takes a cut of the driver's pay. I think they take 30%, and Taxify takes like 15 or 20%. And no, I should leave Uber. Uber is stressful. That's, I should just download the app now, and I should sign up and whatnot. But I should use this code though. So basically, this guy was just trying to make money off of Taxify's referral program, which is not a bad idea. I'm all for it, you guys. The country is hard. This was in 2017. The country was hard. The country is harder now. They actually plenty ways to make money in this country. Because like I should use his code. He even downloaded the app for me, signed me up, put his code and all. He always kept tabs on me to make sure like I was driving. The person you get to register needs to have completed 20 or 40 trips before the person can get paid. So he always calls to like keep tabs, hope you're driving, you know, how are you finding it, hope it's not too stressful, this and that. So I registered, and then they sent me a mail on the steps to continue the tests I was meant to go take. So basically I went to their office like the next day with all my documents, like I did with Uber, like your car, papers, your insurance, your driver's license, and all of that. I went to their office. Theirs was basically just come to the office and submit these things and do your biometrics. So it take you like your picture and your thumbprints. No, I don't think they did thumbprint, just picture. And then the guy is like, okay, time for your car tests. I'm like, okay. I was really expecting him to like give me the address to the mechanic where I'm going to check my car. All for my guy to say, let's go downstairs. I was like, let's go downstairs. He's like, yeah, let's go downstairs. So we go downstairs and we're in the car. And he's like, okay, put on your car. I put on the car. He's like, turn on your AC. I turn on my AC. He's like, move the car forward. And we're still in the parking lot. He's like, move the car forward. I'm like, okay. I move it forward. He's like, okay, move it backwards. I move it backwards. And he's like, okay, that's fine. That's fine. He's like, yeah, he just wants to make sure like my car wasn't making any weird noises. Bro. Really? And that was it. I think by the next day I was eligible to drive on the platform. So I was just leaving work, and then I think I got like the notification that I can now go online. Or maybe it was even that day itself, I can't remember. Then that my guy, the referral guy, he now called me like, how far? How's it going? I'm like, oh, I just finished from the office and all. That maybe I'll go home, or maybe like I'll go online. He said, no, go online. We'll just do a few trips for today. Just do a few trips. I'm like, this man. Okay, let me go online. And I went online. So after a few minutes, I get my first request from someone in Utaku, from Soji in Utaku. I'll never forget. Let me tell you why I'll never forget. Apart from the fact that he was my first rider, you guys, I know someone called Soji that stays in Utaku, and I'm like, oh shit, and nah, this can't be happening. Like, this is my first ride, and now I'm going to pick up someone I know. I wouldn't say I was feeling embarrassed, but I was feeling some type of way, and I'm like, should I cancel? I'm like, but no, I can't cancel my first ever request on the app. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to go. And then I drove to Utaku. Lo and behold, it was not the Soji I knew. I was so happy. That Soji too was now overly pumped. He's like, oh my god, this is my first Taxify ride ever, because Taxify was fairly new. My first Taxify ride ever. I knew my first female Taxify rider. He's like, oh my god, this is so cool. Oh my god. I'm like, okay. So I think I did like 2 or 3 rides that day. I can't remember, but I remember being so tired at the end of the day. And then I called my then boyfriend, my ex. I was telling him how, like, oh, I'm so tired, I've had a long day. And he's like, like, he knows my schedule now. Like, I just go to my dead NYC office and I'm back. He's like, what did you do and all? I was like, oh, I've been driving all day. He's like, where are you driving to? I was like, I just enrolled to be on Taxify. Like, I'm a Taxify driver now. It was over the phone. I could feel he was shook. And he didn't know what to say. He's like, oh, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. He's like, wow. Like, he didn't know what to say at first, but like, obviously he wasn't trying to like beat me down or nothing. He was supportive about it actually, but he was worried because I'm a lady. He's like, oh, I should try to not drive too late at night, I should be careful. He was just supportive in general about, so the experience in general, what it was like. Basically, everybody had Soji's reaction. Oh my god, you're a female Taxify driver. Oh my god, that's so cool. Oh my god, how stressful is it? Oh my god. Hectic. So there was this one time I got a request, I accepted, and then the person cancelled. I got another request, it was the same person. I didn't know it was the same person, I accepted. And then the guy calls me. He's like, hello? Are you really a girl? My name is Memphis. Memphis is a unisex name. And if you don't really look at the picture, you can't tell I'm a babe. So it's mostly when they see me, they're like surprised, like, oh my god, you're a babe. Anyway, this guy, he calls me. He's like, are you really a babe? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, well, he actually cancelled the first ride because he saw that I was a babe. But since I'm the only driver around, like, he'll just go with me. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, that's rude, but whatever. It was my business. I went and I picked him up and I dropped him off wherever he was going, whatever. Everybody was always just trying to make conversation with me. You know how when you get in your Taxify and your driver, you have that annoying driver that's trying to make conversation with you? It was the other way around for me. My riders were always trying to make conversation with me and it was so annoying. I'm a quiet person. I don't really like to talk, much more talk to strangers. Like, it's not my cup of tea. Like, it was really, really annoying. But yeah, I never had any like serious issues with any of my riders, and I always had change. You guys, Abuja Taxify drivers and Uber drivers, they never have change. I always had change. What was the pay like? So I drove for Taxify for only 3 weeks. Unfortunately, apart from the fact that it was super tiring driving all damn day, you know, that's when I realized that driving yourself is actually slavery, because why not just have a driver? I guess I was other people's drivers. That was when I realized that I actually hate driving and this is slavery and I can't be doing this. I was making some cool cash, but it was tiring. Anyway, that was not even why I stopped. My car actually got bad. The engine knocked. Anyway, Taxify pays weekly. They pay every Tuesday. And my first week, I got paid 19,405 naira. I'm going to leave the breakdown on the screen so you guys can like go through it. I think this was after Taxify takes their cuts. Yeah, this was after they take their cuts. So I made 19k something the first week. The second week, I got paid 21,415 naira. And then third week, this was when my car like had issues. I drove for like only 1 day. So the first week I drove for Taxify. They pay on Tuesdays. So I think I started driving on like Thursday, and if you don't make up to like 10,000, they're not going to pay you. So it carried over to my next week. So that's why I got paid 19,000 something. The second week I got paid 21,004. Then third week I got paid 3,300, and this was just one day. As you guys can see, it was just my one day trip. 3,300. And bear in mind I was still doing my NYC here, even if I wasn't really going to work. But my point is that this was my side hustle. I don't think I drove for up to 6 hours on any given day, and I was making that amount of money. You guys, this business is actually very lucrative. They also used to do some bonuses, but I never partook in any because I was way too lazy. Like I said, this was my side business. I was too lazy to even like be bothered. And the bonuses went like this. So for example, today they'll be like, complete 10 rides between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. and get this amount of money. Me 8 a.m. way, me that I'm still sleeping. Nope. So why do I think I'm the second female Taxify driver? I think so because after my car got bad, like a week after my car got bad, I got a call from Taxify. I thought that was them coming to check on me to ask me like why I haven't been driving and whatnot. But no, they called to ask me if I would be interested in granting an interview, I think on NTA or channel, talk about my experience as a female Taxify driver. I think they were trying to like encourage other women to get on the platform. Now you guys don't quote me, but I think I remember the lady saying, I think she said, you are the second Taxify driver, second female Taxify driver, or she said you are one of the female Taxify drivers we have on the platform. But I strongly believe she said you're the second female Taxify driver. Don't quote me. So yeah, that's it for my experience, guys, as a female Taxify driver in Nigeria. And if you made it to this part of the video, you already know you're real G, and I love you. I hope this video has at least inspired someone, either a male or a female, to get up and do something. If you have a car, you guys, the country is hard. Like, stand up and actually do some. One source of income is not going to do nothing for you. And you guys actually have like a lot of other side hustles. So if you guys want to hear me talk more about them, let me know and I'll come through for you guys. And if you have any questions, or if there's something I missed out, or if there's something more you want to know that I did not talk about, hit me in the comments. I'll definitely reply you. And don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I post, and leave a comment and give this video a thumbs up. Okay, all right, bye.